are back. Finally, the reset button, episode 42. After quite the delay, we have returned. We have risen like Jesus Christ himself from the grave. My man, Tannen, welcome back. Good to have you back. Good to be back in general. How you been? How's been your little vacay? Where can everyone catch you?
I've been great. My little vacay's been great. Been doing a lot of stuff. Finally back on the Twitter, folks. Back on the Twitter. I know I don't twit much, but I do get on there and I look at y'all's posts. And anyway, you can check me out at OTannensBum at Twitter. You can also check us out on our Facebook page, The Reset Button. And you can, of course, check out Travis at HabickiTMD at Twitter. Also, check out the YouTube channel, like and subscribe as always, and enjoy the other many shows that are available on that channel. And yeah. But yeah, I've been good. Did I do that right, by the way?
No, you still didn't say at the HabickiTD, but that's okay. It wouldn't be the reset button if you didn't fuck up my Twitter handle, so it's all right. That's what people expect.
It's every fucking episode. But yeah, I've been really good. Keeping myself busy. Definitely have been getting down on with the games this summer. Did finally can't remember if the last episode if I had beaten Detroit yet or not. Detroit Become Human, but I've actually done it now a few times to try to get different endings, and I will still defend that game and say that it is a good game. It's I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, I spent too much on it. Like sometimes when I think about it, but at the same time, it's it is what it is, and it's definitely worth checking out. I would personally though, looking back, I was so stoked about it. Now I'm like, well, if you wait till it becomes a $20 game, though, it's worth the wait too.
That's fair.
But yeah. Trying to think what else I played. We were talking off the air earlier. I got Injustice, the Ultimate Edition. Had a couple criticizing points about that. I don't know if any of our listeners actually got the full collection with all the DLC and all that good stuff with Injustice 2. But I did, and my only remaining complaint is the way they have the turtles set up, where you're just, unless you go in and actually change their costume and weapons, you're either strictly Leonardo or, that's it. And then, like the ultimate is summoning the other turtles. Of course, you can summon the other turtles while you're fighting too. Kind of works like a weird, like, Marvel versus Capcom thing where, like, every now and again, like a turtle will come up, like you can summon like Michelangelo or Raphael, and they'll come in and assist. Each of them has a signature kind of a move.
Yeah.
But I still I would like to get on and just simply be able to select Donatello instead of having to go through a bunch of bullshit to get him as a character.
I think they could have found a way to just you're playing as all four at once, and it's not unfair. I feel like they could I don't want to say ice climbers kind of in a way, because a lot of people don't like being ice climbers, but something like that.
Yeah, it's still I don't know. It was well worth it. I waited to get the Ultimate Edition. I think somebody mispriced it at work, and I was like, well, I didn't personally price this, so I'm going to get it. So it was only like $10.
Nice.
But yeah, speaking of impulse buys, for a very long time we've talked about these NES classics and SNES classics, and I really do feel bad for all the dumb people that probably spent $200 to $300 back around Christmas. I finally actually did get both the NES Mini and the SNES Mini as well. It was a complete impulse buy. I was at Target, and they had 3 of them in the thing, and I was like, I'm going to get this, why not?
Why not?
And then the next day, the SNES Mini came out at work, and I mean, I will say, what a great freaking investment! I am having
what timing, by the way. Also, you couldn't have planned that any fucking better if you tried,
right? Oh man, well, when the SNES Mini came out at work, I was like, oh shit, I got to get this now too. It was the very next day, you know what I mean? And it is true what they say. It's the games that are initially on it, they can get pretty old pretty quick because you're thinking about, like me personally, I was thinking about games that I owned as a child, or or just in general that I still own to this day, and I was like, I want them on this thing though. So I did go ahead and hack both of them, and that was like, and there was no really waiting about it. When I first got the Nintendo, I was like, I'll wait to do it. I'll wait to do it, and then when I got on just to look at how to do it and everything, a couple of YouTubers that were doing the instructional videos also warned about a little something. And I don't know if anybody's noticed, all you emulator ROM players out there, but Travis, you and I again were talking about this off air. And it's kind of in the gaming news now, which it now directly affects me. Nintendo is cracking down on ROM sites,
Yep. Emu
and it's
Paradise. Gone. Probably the most popular
yeah,
one in recent years.
yeah, Emu Paradise, and then there was a couple others too, like what was it,
Cool
like ROM
ROMs?
Nation,
Is
like
that
that.
it?
Huh?
There's a site called Cool ROMs that's pretty popular. I don't know if they hit
Yeah,
that.
that one's gotten hit too. It's just ridiculous. Now you're seeing new ones pop up, like free ROMs. I've never been to free ROMs before. ROMs Hustler, never been there. You know,
Free ROMs has
but
been around for a while, and also a lot of these sites, Tan, and we don't want people to think like this has been happening. Like they've been cherry picking for at least on Emu Paradise. It felt like first party titles you couldn't find there. I'd have to go somewhere else to get those. But all the third parties for are they're full intact. But we were talking off air also, like how does this even work? Like if it's third part, like and is there like rights expire over time? Like how can they pull third party things? I don't know the details or specifics, nor do you, but I'm figuring at the end of the day, if it was on their console, they fucking win, unfortunately, is the end of the story.
mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah, but now it's like even like yeah, exactly, like even their unlicensed games are getting pulled off of there. And not that I'm complaining too much, like my first thing wasn't, oh, I'm going to go get Bible stories, but still, regardless, though, it's just the whole. It's just, to me is ridiculous because remember, from what I recall originally, the whole disclaimer was if you already own the cart, you can have the ROM. Well, I have all three of the Super, Mario Brothers games. I've got, a lot of these ones that I wanted to download, like and onto the SNES one too. Like Donkey Kong Country 2 and 3. I think they should have put the thing about it is there's like another remaining 250 megabytes left on these systems. So why do they put so much fucking space on them?
Right. Right. For all
And
this for all the fucking themes or screensavers you could put on. I don't know.
yeah,
You're absolutely
like
right. Why the extra space?
um yeah, exactly. Well, I was also wondering, and this just kind of hit me too. What if I plugged my NES Mini into my Wii U? Could I then share that thing that I paid for onto my NES Mini? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
or my SNES Mini.
No, because you
Um,
can buy NES games on the store on your Wii U. That's why you can't.
yeah. Well, one thing that I don't know if they had planned on doing it was that you could get on Nintendo's site and download games onto your computer and put them on to your thing. I've got no freaking clue, to be honest with you, why they would leave so much space. I mean, there's a ton of fucking space on these. I fit like 600 games on my NES Mini. It's crazy.
Nice.
Like, I'm like, you know, now, granted, not all of them work, but that's the big pain in the ass now is, because I mean, I just downloaded a bunch at once, and now I'm trying to try to get them all on there. I did have to cherry pick ones for the Super Nintendo, because that one you can't fit as much on.
Right.
But it still was like it sucks now because some of the ROMs are just straight up broken. So I'm going through and I'm making a list. Or one thing with the SNES, and this really pissed me off. It will, like, the game itself won't glitch, but the fucking music will. I don't know about you, but if you're playing Donkey Kong Country 2 and the music is glitching like a skipping CD, it just is nerve wracking. Like, you got to have that tempo in that game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've never been one of
And
those people too. Like when maybe for like a racing game or like some kind of mind, but for especially retro games, I've never been one of those people to like mute the TV and listen to like a CD or an album or an iPod or whatever. Like I have to hear that
Yeah,
retro
no,
music. It just adds so much to the atmosphere when you play it for me, you know?
yeah. No, exactly. I mean that's what the background music's for. It's to fit. Unless you're playing a game that where the music is really straight up fucking annoying. Let's face it, you run into that a lot on the NES. That is one that I can understand. But
Right.
like Super Nintendo, by the time Super Nintendo came out, the music, for at least the big title games, for the most part, they had perfected it, and it wasn't anything that was bothersome. Unlike some like 8-bit loop, like yeah, like I was playing. Well, I did try to play Castlevania 2 a little bit, and I just was like, why am I torturing myself right now?
For the music, it's the best part of the game.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. It. There's been parts of the first Castlevania game. I hadn't played those games in so long, like the originals, that I was actually getting really fucking pissed off at the first one. Just that part. It's like right at the beginning of the game too, with the Medusa heads coming at you. And if a Medusa head hits you, you will get knocked off that platform and fucking die. Or, I did the whole thing where, like, I jumped down the stairwell and died. I was just like, God damn it. Oh,
But
man.
but
But other than
to tie
that,
the bow real quick, because I just looked it up, Tannen, on the
mhm,
emulation thing going on. I actually have a statement here by the guy who ran Emu Paradise. If you want to hear it real quick, in the statement,
mhm.
I didn't know that, by the way, this website had been around for 18 fucking years. That's how long it's been there. Mass J,
Really?
Yeah, Mass J, the guy who ran it. This is his statement on what's going down. Many of you are aware that the situation with regards to emulation sites has been changed recently. What you probably don't know is that we at Emu Paradise have been dealing with similar issues for all 18 years of our existence. Mass J also said, noting that while no action has been taken against the firm, it has in the past received threatening letters and server shutdowns. It's not worth it for us to risk potentially disastrous consequences. I cannot, in good conscience, risk the futures of our team members who have contributed to the site through the years. Blah 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 blah. So that's his statement. Apparently, this has been a war for 18 years. So, I what was the final threat you think could have been from Nintendo? Like, we're just going. That's it. Let's go. You
Yeah, yeah,
reneged for 18
yeah,
years.
they might have been like that. They might have been like, what, fuck you. Like, we're going to take, we are going to see you. And think about it. Nintendo has, like a team of fucking super mutant lawyers.
Yeah,
Versus
exactly.
like poor Emu Paradise, they could probably like they hire this lawyer from like wherever they're based out of, like Chattanooga, like who
The
normally takes
epitome
care
of
of
like a
divorce
fucking
cases.
ambulance chaser and some sleazy guy representing
Yeah.
Emu Paradise. Oh woof. But yeah, that's and in all honesty, this should be worrisome. It worries me because you and we've always kind of had some shit to say for people that are like, "Oh, if you're emulating, you're not playing the real." You can, it's not perfect, but it's close enough. For me, it's the restoration of the gaming. I look at it
Yeah.
as a time machine, and it worries me that that might not be there for future generations. I mean, if everybody's got a price and everything's about the almighty dollar, that sucks. Fucking sucks.
Yeah, and like it's just like you said too. Like I'm wondering, like how many games did they not renew their rights to? Like, is there? I'm going to research this. Are there any public domain video games? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
because
But
I mean,
Pong?
Disney even.
Pong or something? I don't fucking know.
Well, Disney even has shit that's become public domain because they didn't, renew their shit in the past, and they're like the biggest assholes of them all.
Right.
There actually is quite a list up here, uh, but it doesn't say what platform any of these are on. It's all like looks like just shit ton of PC games, old PC games.
Yay.
Mega Mech,
Fucking text
yeah.
adventures or free domain. I could just write in a book. You got a game. There you go. It's that simple.
No,
Man,
you got to put the command prompts.
I know like I said at the beginning, at the top of the show, Tad had another break. Once again, both been playing a lot of shit. You were talking about Detroit, Becoming Human, and Justice too. Anything else you've played since we've done the show that you never played before, that you played for the first time, actually?
Um, as far as like the on my stuff,
Anything, yeah. Is there
um,
a game you haven't checked out that you've been wanting to? Or
there was like, dude, like last night, like I was just playing randos all night. Like, what did I play? I played Elevator, which is like you had done the review for Elevator Action, so I think you had brought that one up in the past. I finally played that. Um,
it's a goodie.
yeah, it was goody.
First time.
Definitely. Um, I mean, yeah, as far as the SNES one goes, I mean, dude, big one right there was, the whole Star Fox 2. Oh my God, Star Fox 2 is on this. What a shitty fucking game, man. I can't fucking stand that game. Fucking sucks, man. Dude, the original Star Fox is really good. Had a lot of fun playing it. Really got that vibe back that I had wanted.
Yeah,
But Star Fox 2, fuck that game. Fuck that game and its ass. Um,
it doesn't look fun
uh,
from what I've seen.
it is shitty. It's broken. It just feels broken.
Well, it's
Um,
not done.
uh,
It's a fucking incomplete game.
um, well, another game that I didn't really actually ever play was Kirby Superstar. That game's all right. Just mini games.
Yeah.
Not too much to say about that. And it's like Adam McCoy has said in the past, baby games, and like
It might
he's
be the
right.
it
He
might be
is
the
right.
best Kirby
And,
game though, as far as like a package. Like I probably think for quality too. It's a beautiful game. I mean, it's not like it's broken. The levels are
uh,
they're just like you said. It's
yeah,
Kirby. Get your
those are
pacifiers.
the graphics are there, but yeah, it's funny. Not too long ago, just speaking of Kirby, remember how like Adam was like, dude, it's a freaking baby's game.
You know what? Adam can
Um,
suck it because the wheel level on Kirby is hard as shit, and I hate that level on
well,
the
you know what?
NES.
Actually, I did my research on Kirby, and the guy at HAL Laboratories who later developed Smash Mouth was Nintendo tasked him with making a game for beginners.
Yeah,
And it was Kirby.
that's what it. Yeah, that's what it was. I mean, it's supposed to be that easy. I don't. Some people don't get that. I think Adam gets it. He just likes fucking around. That's what it is. I mean, shit. I could beat the Kirby on Game Boy in what fucking feels like 10 minutes. You know, man.
Oh shit.
I've gotten around to playing Destiny 1 and 2, and we were talking about this
Hmm.
off air also. I mean, exactly what I expected, but also still disappointing in a way. And it's not like it's awful, you know. It's not like it's dog shit. I love certain things about the gameplay. I think the gameplay's fun. You know what I mean? Like graphical, it's okay. It's just the repetitiveness, I guess, at the end of the day, Tannen, and just this. And yes, it's a shooter. I get it, but this whole I've been here and done this before, but I've done it and had more fun with it. Like Overwatch, for example. I'm an Overwatch player. I can't help it. Maybe that's just what it is. I don't know because I have invested in Overwatch quite a bit. I put some fucking money into that game over the last couple of years. And that's also what we're saying off air. Also, Tannen, Destiny doesn't make you or I have that sense to invest, that sense of urgency. Like, oh, I need to go balls deep into this game. It just doesn't for us. You think that's what it is for you too? Just that I've been here and done this before and had more fun in other games like
Yeah,
Kirby.
like, well, at the same time, I felt like it was trying to be a Halo with RPG elements. It plays a lot like fucking Halo. The controls just, the physics of it reminds me of fucking Halo. And it was just like, so let's just take Halo and we're gonna make it an RPG. And like that's how I felt when I played it. I was like, well, I mean, I'd just rather be playing Halo right now, like.
Right.
But also, it would suck, when you go into like the tournament modes and everything, and yeah, if you're going up against somebody that's got all these nice weapons and armor and shit, it really is unbalanced. And that was another thing that I did not like about it. At least it was like that when it first came out. I think they had updated it since then, but like by that time, I was done with Destiny. I know a lot of people are really into those fucking games though. Like, and they grind and invest a lot of fucking time into them. But
And
me,
I'll
I
cover
just
your ass to the listeners. Yes, I know Destiny 2, they refine that more with the stronger people. Just cover your ass, Tana. Like I said, I did play 1 and 2. There were good positive changes in 2. Two's better, flat out. It is. Get 2 if you're going to get it. Just But that same feeling with 2, like I said, I don't want to go balls deep. And I know, guys, I get it. I only played the basic bits versions, and I know the DLC's gotten really good reviews, especially Rise of Iron. All the DLC seems fun. I haven't played it yet, but I shouldn't have to have DLC judge if I want to like a game, I guess, at the end of the day. Maybe that's my mentality also. I mean, I should just like the fucking game out of the gate. And I know the games like Street Fighter V, they rushed the shit out of that, I feel like, and that's the difference. I don't feel like Destiny was rushed. I feel like when it was put out initially, they knew all these plans they had for all these DLC packs. It's business. It's strategic. You know what I'm saying?
No, I completely hear you there. Yeah, I don't know.
But hey, if you're into Destiny, look, I get it. I can see the appeal, and by all, I just feel like in this era, everyone's got their shooter. You know what I mean? Tattooed right on their arm, like, oh, this is what I'm into. No, I'm Call of Duty guy. No, I'm a Battlefield guy. And yes, I dabble in them all, try to play them all, but I don't invest in them all. I invest in one, maybe two or three, maybe.
Yeah, and it's just like would I say that Destiny's probably better than like Star Wars Battlefront? Yes. Yes, most definitely. And I liked Star Wars Battlefront, but again, it's just like the stupid ass DLC bullshit. Like I shouldn't have to fucking shoot somebody in the head 50 goddamn times to then just get killed because, like, they bought a $50 helmet or whatever. Like, it's just stupid.
Yeah, man, but I guess I would. I guess it's a mini review from both of us for it. I would recommend it. Give it a shot.
Let's see here. What else? What else has been exciting? Oh yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2 gameplay trailer. I don't know about you, but I've been watching the fuck out of that, and I cannot wait for the next gameplay trailer.
Yeah, on the opposite end, let's talk about wanting to invest in something. My God, I'm saying, man, I've watched it so many times already. I'm so hyped. We've said it all the time in 42 episodes. It's one of the best games ever released in any generation. It holds up to this day. It's so good. The first one,
Yeah, like you can definitely still play that game and still really enjoy it. And it's just funny too how they remarketed it. Yeah, did you notice that with the 360 games now? They're putting 360 games in Xbox One cases, kind of souping up the labels a little bit and rebranding them.
You ever seen this game Dead Cells, Tannen?
No.
It's kind of like a Symphony of the Night meets a Metroid meets so many things, Ghouls and Ghosts. Looks amazing. It's getting rave reviews. One of my buddies has actually played it. He said it was great. There have been some issues with frame rate drops already on the Switch version, but shocker, on the Switch version there are frame rate drops. I know, guys, be still your hearts. But yeah, I definitely want to get this game. It's on my must get list, actually. Not even want to get, must get this game from what I've seen. And I feel like it's kind of right up your alley too. You should check it out. And I encourage everyone to check this game out. It's by Motion Twin. That's the developer. So it looks like a great little game, and it's intricate. I've seen some walkthroughs or some tips on how to do it. You're going to get fucked up if you just plow in like it's old school. You know what I mean? There's a lot of thought put it. It's kind of like 2D Dark Souls in a way. Is what it reminds me of.
Right on. Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
You sound stoked.
That does sound pretty
I
cool.
must say, you're just like, yeah, right on.
Yeah, I don't know. As a 2D Dark Souls, I'm not that huge of a Dark Souls fan. I've realized. I was, but yeah, again, like I don't know. I don't know what it is.
The main character you play as is a resurrected corpse. My God, what a fuck up. A resurrected corpse. So it's interesting out of the gate, like how you start every level. You're just like this pile of goop, and then you see it like the thing hit it, and it just morphs up into a body, and off you go. So it's like you're already dead, but you're fighting other undead things. It's just, I don't know. I want to check it out. Good stuff. Did we even have a game of the week? We did.
I don't fucking remember. If we
Conquer,
did,
I think.
You had Conquer. I don't remember what mine was. I don't remember at all. I meant to go back and listen to it. I'm pretty sure I played it, but it's such a long time ago. Like, unfortunately, I fucking dropped the damn ball on that one.
Was it Quest?
However,
it wasn't Quest, I don't think.
Oh, no, it was Quest.
It was Quest 64, I think.
It was Quest, and yeah, I did play a little bit of that, and wow, that game. It's funny because when I first played that game when I was a kid, I really loved it. I thought it was an awesome fucking game. And to me, it was like a preview of what Zelda was going to be. That's the way I felt about it. Like I was like, oh my God, like when Zelda's like this, So I rented it. I enjoyed it, actually. And then when I played it, though, this time, it was like, yeah. It's just like such a lame battle system. First off, with that damn circle, you know what I mean? Like, oh God,
The circle of
it
shit.
is what it is.
Yeah.
Huh?
The circle of shit is what I refer to that fucking abomination as of a combat system. It was awful. It was fucking awful.
It was.
And at the time, I feel like I liked it too. I just don't remember, but I feel like I did. But you're right. We didn't get Ocarina yet. We didn't see the possibilities that lied ahead when our minds were fully blown. Like a year later. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And you know what? That we did talk about that last episode. I've been spending my time trying to figure out what your fucking game was real quick. I should have it here in 1 second. Because I distinctly remember you talking about the whole Zelda comparison, so I know we've covered it. Fuck me, no, I'm wrong. I'm fucking wrong. That's what you said when I gave you the game. So you're right, I'm wrong. Don't pay attention to me. I fact checked it. We're safe. But hey, you know what? Yeah, I agree. I couldn't agree more with you. Now, you gave me Conquer, and we're on probably different ends of the spectrum on this one, Tanner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what do you think about Conquer?
I feel like it's one of the most overrated fucking games of all time. It's boring. Look, I even went into it, I was like, deep breath. Yeah, I'm going to be fair, but I'm not going to automatically just base this on my past experience. I'm going to go clean slate. I did it with the game. Man, the fucking camera and the pacing. Yes, I get it. Haha, dick and fart jokes. Oh, look, tits. But it's so slow, and it hasn't aged well. Even the fucking humor, I feel like, hasn't aged well for me.
I mean, the history behind it though it's always gets me. Like it was one of those moves that really pissed Nintendo off because it was originally supposed to be a fucking kids game.
Yep. And
you could play that version on the GBA. There's that version on the GBA where they kept that script and they made it kiddie. However, though, when at the end of the day, I love it for that. I love it that they were like, "Fuck you, Nintendo." And it just like at the last minute came out with this like fucking, let's face it, for Nintendo it was a goddamn nightmare.
Yeah.
So we could have that on the N64 on our systems, and it's just like, oh, whatever. You know what I mean?
It was actually
so that's that.
It was a Game Boy Color. I just checked. It was Game Boy. It was called Conker's Pocket Tales. Which, if it was still adult humor, I see an innuendo, but it wasn't. It was a kids' game.
It was definitely a kids' game. Versus the other one, which was not a fucking kids' game. It was what it was, but at the end of the day.
And by the way, in Conker 64, you get to play a Game Boy. Maybe that's a little homage.
Yeah.
Do you think it's held up? Your end of it, your review of it now. Do you think it's held up, or do you still like it a lot?
I mean, I think if they made a remastered version of it, it would go well. If they like completely remastered it with modern graphics and everything, they gave it the Spyro treatment, I think people would fucking buy it. But yeah, I mean, it kind of holds up. Like I've got it for the Xbox One now, because they did that whole rare replay thing.
Yeah.
It sucks on Xbox One. It's fucking terrible. Like the controls just do not work correctly. It's meant to be an N64 game. It's just like how Perfect Dark is on there too. It's just just couldn't do it. It just doesn't feel right. It doesn't play right.
And maybe that just means those games were never that good, because I think Perfect Dark doesn't age well either.
No, Perfect Dark did not age well. It's funny though, GoldenEye totally has. Like I can play GoldenEye, still would have fun with it. You sound lost.
I don't know.
We're friends. Rachel.
Lois. Yeah, I don't know, man. I can't agree. We never disagree, but I can't agree with you on that about GoldenEye. I don't have fun when I go back. I just get frustrated. I want to play something else. I don't know. For its time, fucking love GoldenEye. I mean, my God, how could it swept the fucking world at the time? You know what I mean? Like, but woof. For me, woof.
Yeah.
That's my review of any fucking shooter, pretty much. On no, Doom 64 is tremendous. Still, come at me. It's the best Doom.
Oh.
I've disgusted Tannen by burying GoldenEye into all kinds of other goodness. That's what happens when you play dangerous games like Game of the Week, my friend. Things are gonna happen.
This is true.
It's the Wild
This is
West,
very true.
buckaroo. What do you got up your sleeve? Because I know you gave me a little hint on like Facebook the other day. For me, for this time for Game of the Week.
Oh, what was my fucking? I was like, oh, you're gonna get such a surprise, man, and I like had it. Oh God, I even had it in my head a minute ago. I should have written it down. Let's see here. Give me 1 second. Anyway, record. Something 11ish. Yeah, I'm actually reviewing. Um. So since
Said it
we
was
haven't
something
been
like a
doing these,
sci-fi RPG-ish.
give a month just for shits and giggles, and each should pick an epic. And I have an actual good one. When you find out what it is, you're gonna ugh at it, but I played it and liked it.
Tannen's reading the
And
actual message.
I'll give it's a GBA title, and with I know what your game of the week is.
Here we go.
Your game of the week is the Fellowship of the Rings, Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring for Game Boy Advance.
Oh, I don't know how I feel about that. I could go either way, I feel like.
You're gonna like it, okay? You're gonna like it because I told you to. No, it's not that bad of a game. Come on, it's not that bad of a game. But yeah,
Alright.
no, check it out. I like it. I actually like it, but it is it's a it's an RPG. Like so, I gave you something semi-epic. It's not that long. Oh, excuse me, long of a game, but I think you'll enjoy it,
Do you
and maybe
remember
you won't.
do you remember Lord of the Rings: The Third Age, the turn-based RPG?
Yeah,
I didn't
that
hate
was an
that
awesome
game, but it didn't do anything new. It wasn't like mind-blowing. It was okay for a Lord of the Rings game. I felt like,
2-player.
yeah, and I
Was,
felt like I
was
put a ton of time in that game looking back. Um, Okay, for you, since it's been a minute, some good old-fashioned frustration. Maybe not, because I like the game. It's a classic. Tan, I want you to go back. I want you to play Ninja Gaiden 1 for NES.
oh, cool. That's on my NES Mini.
I actually love that game. The soundtrack, I totally love. I would recommend that game, but that's not Tannen's review. So wait till next week if you want to hear his end. That's Game of the Week, Tannen, and I think that's number 42 in the books.
I do believe so. Where can everybody check us out, Travis?
As always on Twitter, at NoTannensBum, at TheHibikitMD. Hit that subscribe right down below. All the goodness, retro gaming, pro wrestling, and Tannen. We don't want to give too much away, but hopefully, in the near future, we're going to be on another platform, multiple platforms, not just YouTube. Look for that. I'm not going to give anything official yet, but it's in the works. It's being talked about, so check us out right here, as always, HibikitMD. Tannen, it's good to have you back, man. Good to let's pull the curtain back. I've had my work schedule flipped, so now I can get down and get back to the things I love to do as the things I hate to do in life, you know what I mean? So it's good to be back and look for more reset buttons sooner than later. No more long breaks. We're back.